Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining us today's webinar, episode 1 of the 21st DigiSkills talk show. The 21st DigiSkills talk show presents Sharing is Caring with the Global Educators. In our today's talk show, we are going to be interviewing 21st DigiSkills global ambassadors and mentors from different countries to have a view of how they are bridging the gap of digital divide. Before then, allow me to introduce 21st DigiSkills founder, Ambassador Dr. Uche Linda Okala, Global Education Leader from Nigeria, to give us the opening remarks. Now, just allow me to share this. I hope you can be able to.
Are you trying to share something?
I hope you can be able to. Hello?
No, we can't see anything.
Hello there. Can you see my screen now?
No, sir. No, sir.
Yes, please. Can you see the screen?
No, sir. No.
Nothing else.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay, there you go. I hope now you can be able to see the screen.
Not yet.
Hello?
Yes,
Now?
going on.
Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Yeah, so before we kick off our talk show, allow me to introduce the founder, the 21st DigiSkills founder, Ambassador Dr. Uche Linda, who is also a global leader from Nigeria.
Everyone, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, I think he's having little network issues.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
come on.
Okay, yeah.
Ambassador,
Am I
come on.
audible now?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So, Ambassador Dr. Uche Linda, as I was saying, was the Microsoft Education Exchange winner for the France in the year 2019. She is World Pulse Digital Ambassador. She is also a Microsoft Innovative Educator Fellow. She is a Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert. She is a Minecraft global mentor. She is a master trainer, global learning mentor. She is also Dr. Uche. Hello, Dr.
Okay,
Uche.
am I audible? Yeah, I can hear you. Am I audible?
Yes, yes. Go,
Yes, you
Rosha,
are.
go.
Am I audible? Okay.
Yes.
Felix, it's so sad you're having a technical glitches, but please, everyone, you should bear with us. Even my network is not all that strong as well. I really want to appreciate you for that wonderful intro. Not minding the network was, off and on. Thank you so much for seeing the beautiful faces, the all our all the educators that are tuning in across the globe. I'm so super hyped to see your faces. All our global editor leaders that's tuning to join us in this wonderful episode of Sharing is Caring. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, depending where you're joining us from. He has already introduced me. I'm super excited to be here. Seeing your faces is really awesome, and we will be hearing from our editor leaders across the globe. And this exclusive roundtable talk show is not going to be a dull moment with all of us here. So please do not tune out, okay? Just remember where you are. Don't touch that tune. You are going to learn a lot. You're going to be inspired from our editor leaders across the globe. Thank you so much. I wouldn't want to waste our time because time waits for no one. We have a lot in stock for today. So we are going to start going to Felix. Felix, can you hear me? He's
He
out
is not able
again.
to hear.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. You are audible. Go ahead.
Sorry, that's the network is fluctuating.
No problem.
Hello.
Okay.
I can hear
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Okay, can you hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, the
Yes, I
network
can.
has been fluctuating. We're going
I'm sorry
to
for that.
away. So no problems. Okay, it's one of those things. A network is unpredictable. It can happen anytime. It can happen to anyone. So I'm going. Let me permit me to introduce our first panelist for today's show, Ambassador Thomas Matthews K. Thomas from India. So, sir, I would really love to start with you. Okay, for introduce you. I'm going to share my screen if the network will allows me. If it's not going to allow me, then I will proceed. Okay. Is it coming up?
Mm-hmm. Not yet.
Hello?
No, not yet.
Hello, Uche, not yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
We start. No problem.
Okay, I'm going to start with Matthews.
Yes, I am
The
ready.
network is just messing with me. Okay, let me start with him, even whether I share my screen or not. Okay, Matthews he's a teacher and in a Don Bosco school, New Delhi for past 25 years. That's pretty awesome. He has been a master trainer with the NSAT and CBSC and NIOS. He's an educational consultant and resource person for India Today, Z News, and QTV. He has workshops. Wow, for educators and students across the country, and other various topics. And he's a experimental learning arts teacher, and a lot he's teaching computer science in the school, and also a founder of Delhi School Teachers Forum, DTF, and all India Educators Forum. Thank you, Sam. Welcome on board. And today we'll be the first person. You are the show opener. Thank you so much for coming on board. And I'm going to start off with you. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do now. Sir, are you ready with me?
Yes, I am ready.
Are you ready? Are you ready for me now?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, sorry. My net. Okay, thank you so much, sir. My network is just messing up with me.
No problem.
Okay. This is, you've been 25 years. That is awesome. 25 years is not 25 months. So I really want to, maybe our viewers would like to know, or some educators those are just tuning in would like to know, what are the 3 main skills that an educator of this 21st century requires? The talk and show, the show talk now, the sharing and caring microphone is all yours now, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the question. And thank you for the warm welcome that you have given me. So the 3 skills that educators need in today's session, and I love the topic, sharing is caring, because that is something very close to my heart also. So I feel that the 3 skills that educator needs, first is your mindset, because there are many people who know a lot of stuff, but they're not willing to do something for others. So you have built this platform because you want to share the knowledge that people have, right? So the mindset is very important. A lot of people are out there who have a lot of knowledge and they use it for themselves, but they're not willing to share. So we need to develop a good mindset. Second is, of course, the skill set. So you are willing to do certain things, but you don't have the skills to do it, right? So you need skills. You need the technical skill. How to go live is a simple skill, right? Like we have all learned all this. So skill is required, because now we are practically joining from across the world, and it would not have been possible, because if we had not known how to go live on StreamYard. And also technical skills is very, very important to reach out to a lot of educators. And the third one, first was the mindset, second is the skill set, and third is the ability to take action. You want to do certain things, you are very good, but then you don't want to act upon it. You sit down quietly and then nothing happens. So in all our groups, we will find a lot of people who are members, who are dormant members, who are passive members, but the active ones will be less. So I think the ability to take action is also very, very important. So for me, the 3 skills that an educator requires is to develop the correct mindset, to develop a set of skill sets, and the final and the most important is the ability to take action.
That's really awesome. Wow. So thank you so much for that wonderful answer. And the next question is, what programs have you initiated to empower educators, not just educators from India, but across the globe? Would you like to tell us the programs that you've initiated that has been upskilling in your own little way, upskilling teachers across the globe? Please, sir.
Yes,
the
thank you.
sharing and caring mic is all yours now.
Thank you. And mine is nothing short of a miracle story, because I just started 3 years back in the capital of India, Delhi, with the Delhi Teachers Forum. And we started with just 50 people, which grew to 500 and 5,000. Then we reached out to all India level. We created the All India Educators Forum, which is having presently 30,000 people. We are conducting webinars daily. And last year, we launched the Global Educators Forum, where we reached out to educators across the Gulf. And wherever we have CBSE schools, even in Nigeria, we are having a lot of CBSE schools. So we have a lot of educators and programs. So empowering educators has been a great responsibility on us, especially during the pandemic times. when people were struggling to make use of technical programs which they were not trained in the regular schools. So we have a mentorship program where we train educators who are lacking knowledge of any skills. And we have a 45-day program, we have a 60-day program, we have daily webinars, and we are empowering educators so that they go and further teach others. So we have at the moment about 100 principals associated with us and about 250 resource persons across India. So we are growing by the day, and with your support, global leaders like you who are supporting us, and I think the vision to fill the globe is real, and it's not a dream, it's going to be a reality. So we are all going to learn from each other. There is a lot of sharing and learning that is going to take place. The world suddenly has become a very small place. It is no longer a large place. We are divided by lots, thousands of kilometers, but now the world has shrunk into a small place, and learning can happen anytime and anywhere.
Wow, that's really awesome. That's a great job. In fact, you've been doing an exemplary work, sir. I really admire your courage, persistence and perseverance, especially during during the school closure and
Yes.
pandemic. A lot of schools shut down, and you've really did a great job as in using your platform to empower every teachers out there, those the like minds ones, not just everyone. Anyway, thank you so much for that wonderful question. And my next question is going to be: how important is sharing resources in today's world? Would you like to share with
Very,
us
very,
how
very,
that
very, very important. Very,
is
very
it?
important. I was going through a book by Todd Henry, and there was a question which was put up: which is the richest place in the earth? So somebody said diamond mines in Africa. They are the richest place in the earth, and somebody said it's the Gulf countries because they have a lot of oil. But the real answer is the symmetry. The symmetry is the richest place on the earth, because there are a lot of people dying with all the knowledge that they have gathered in their lives. They are not ready to share that. So sharing is caring means the new norm should be die empty. You have gained so much of resources and knowledge throughout your life. And now, if you don't give, you're going to the cemetery, get buried with all the resources there. So that is the richest place. So we have to ensure a bright future for our students, right? We have to ensure a bright future for our students. Make sure that we IMT, whatever we are learning, share it with others. And what a beautiful topic. Again and again, I'm telling that sharing is caring is definitely a fantastic thing to do in the coming days. We need to motivate our students and find their niche,
Yeah.
and we all need to promote skills so that they find jobs. That is important, because we are all educating kids for what? Life skills. We need to develop life skills. They're not getting jobs because they are unemployable. They don't know anything. Then how will they get jobs? So we need an education system where we teach skills, vocational skills, technical skills. You will be surprised to know there are young boys who are 14, 15-year-old getting employed by Facebook and Google. They don't have any engineering degrees or hi-fi degrees from Harvard or Stanford. It is because of the technical skills. They know a lot of stuff. So knowledge is power. Sharing is caring.
Yeah, that I believe with you. I totally agree with you, sir, on that. Sharing is caring. If you didn't share now, tell me, is it when you get to the grave that you start sharing? We teachers, educators across the globe, we are empowering our students. We are building them up to get ready for the future jobs. For us to be sharing with these resources is very, very important, especially in this 21st century. So the next question, which is going to be your last question, is how can we ensure a bright tomorrow for our students? Sir,
Yes.
the mic is all
Yeah.
yours
So
now. Let's
bright.
have your
Yeah, the
view on
bright.
that.
So I would say the following words: if you have an idea, just perform it. If you have knowledge, give it out. If you have a goal, achieve it. Love, share, distribute. Do not keep anything inside. And once we do that, everybody starts doing that. They say that 80% of the wealth is controlled by 20% of people. I'm sure you heard all this. Whether it is money, resources, or knowledge, 80% of the people have got access to 20% of the people have got access to 80% of everything. What happens to the other 80%? They're deprived of knowledge, of finances, of opportunities. So we need to create a bright future for tomorrow. First, the educators have to be empowered. If educators are themselves not empowered, how will we empower the students? So it is important that we take this job with dignity. Okay, many of the teachers, they land up in the profession and they don't give their 100%. They say that it was not my first choice. I landed here as a teacher by chance, not by choice. So what happens? You don't give your 100%. And unless we build a rapport with our students, we give our 100% to our students, we develop courses as teachers which will enable them to get good jobs, become good human beings. That is the most important. Becoming good human beings, respecting each other's culture, respecting each other's religion, respecting each other as a person, then I think as educators, we have done a great job. So this is, I want to end this answer by telling that as educators, empower other educators so that your children are empowered and they become good citizens of your countries and they become global citizens. No longer good citizens of the country, but global citizens. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's really awesome. Thank you so much for your time, in fact, sharing is caring. So that's why we are all here today, to share our heart out concerning, especially what has to do with the education and our personal experiences. So our next panelist that are going to take up the talk show is Professor Rania Lampor from Greece, my professor. In fact, I admire you a lot. I don't know where you pick this courage, strength. You are a showstopper. Let me just use it that way. You are, every day you've been active. That's why I was like, sometimes even me, I'll be having backache and all that. Oh, what about Rania? She's been on social media 247 as in back to back. As in, who does that? Where did you get all this strength, this energy from? Wow. Permit me to introduce our next panelist, which is Professor Rania from Greece. She is a global educator, a STEM instructor, and an ICT teacher trainer in Greece. She has a postgraduate degree in Edu in language teaching related to cognitive neuroscience, and she is also a passionate researcher on cognitive neuroscience and neuroeducation. Currently, she is a STEM instructor at Greek Astronomy Space Company. Wow. And she is also working at the Greece Ministry of Education at the Doctorate of Educational Technology and Innovation, where she writes a STEM and project for Greek schools. Wow. She has been awarded awards. She's a recipient of so many awards. In fact, to mention very few, but I just want to mention few from the awards, like Global Teacher Award 2020 by AKS, and also she's a winner for the Mighty Global Teacher Prize by Vaki Foundation, top 50 finalists 2020. 2019 as well. Recently, she has been selected as Global Icon of the Year 2020, featured by Passion Vista magazine, and among the top 10 women entrepreneurs featured in the Fortune magazine, and among the 100 most successful women, wow, entrepreneur in the world. Thank you so much, ma'am. And you featured in the Amazon book by Global Trade Chamber. She promotes STEAM and also edu. In fact, you are so awesome. I don't even know what to say. I'm sure of words. You have a lot of achievement up for yourself. You've already. So the microphone is all yours now. Please, are you there? I'm going to start right off with you, ma'am.
Good evening from Greece to all of you,
So,
all my special colleagues.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear Ruth, for your lovely introduction.
Yeah.
And I want to.
Sorry,
I
permit me. I couldn't finish all because if I choose achievements, your bio, I will from morning till night. Okay. All right. So I would like to start with by asking you some questions. Can you give us a brief background of your teaching career, ma'am? The professor.
Actually, my achievements concern my whole educational work, in particular education, science, innovation, international projects, humanitarian projects, research, peace, volunteerism, vulnerable groups, writing scientific book for kids. But I think that this is just a reward of hard work and dedicated educational work. My main interest is actually to combine STEM with other fields of education, such as physics, astronomy, language teaching. And the most important, I think, of all is that I am the founder, the national coordinator of many, as I said before, humanitarian projects that focus on sustainable development goals, describing the agenda, aiming to promote positive peace, implemented mostly in Africa and Asia. Apart from this, I'm also writing a STEM project for Greek schools. My recent one is about environmental education, and have also founded many European projects combining STEM with robotics and astronomy. Inclusive education to all, and also provide learning opportunities for free to everyone. I forgot to say that I'm also a volunteer. I'm teaching STEM to children with refugees. Here we have many refugees in Greece, to children at the ecological hospital.
Oh,
Also,
so we've lost her. Her network
children
is
of
fluctuating.
Yeah, because these children, they have terminal diseases and they suffer from severe depression. So it's very, very difficult to design activities that could attract them. It's very, very difficult. And however, I see that they very get excited when they are involved with STEM activities. So I think that's why I'm trying to promote STEM around the world vision, because I think it's the future of education. It is something that really all children love it.
Okay, that's awesome. There, sorry, we're having a little bit technical glitches. But it's okay. That's awesome. The good work you've been doing is pretty amazing. So the second question is, when was the first time you became actively involved in STEM education?
Actually, I was appointed in public secondary education, but after 4 years, I moved to primary education. And this was a blessing to me because primary school students are more creative, I have more plasticity. So a significant moment in my career was my participation as a flexible zone teacher. Flexible zone in Greece is a discipline that allows primary school teachers to implement interdisciplinary projects. And there I participated in a very innovative program, which was organized by CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. And this program concerned teaching particle physics and general modern physics to primary school students. So, of course, I had many challenges. The main challenge I had that I had to redesign the curriculum because the curriculum did not include particle physics or modern physics. So I had to be creative and select the materials that could be interesting and attractive for my students, such as Play-Doh or cardboards or Lego. And use also digital tools because students are very techno-savvy, 3D printing also. And during this program, my students made miracles, actually, amazing projects. CERN was awarded us among 70 countries for our educational video and humoristic video, which you can find on YouTube. And a great outcome of this program is, first of all, that I got involved in the fascinating world of CERN, and that we created a production, we produced a series of educational, audiovisual, digital material, which is interesting and valuable, I think, not only for students, for young children, but also for everyone who wants to be involved and interested in physics, especially particle physics. Apart from this, I want to say that apart from arts and crafts and what we call STEM Unplugged, because I want to say that I work with underprivileged children, we didn't have always the opportunity to have technological equipment. We used, when we had the possibility to use technology, we created 3D timelines depicting history of particle physics, whole course of particle physics using flashcards and games. Many interactive games, virtual galleries, colleges of augmented reality, many simulations, detectors using breadboard and other STEM tools.
Wow. Wow. If I let me just hold it there, because if I should allow you, we continue till tomorrow. So the next question is what are your activities as a STEM instructor at the Greek Astronomy and Space Company? What are your activities as regards to the
Mhm.
STEM?
Well, I work there, participate. Actually, we organize lectures, seminars, conferences, astronauts, children love astronauts. And we're collaborating towards the popularization of complex concepts of astronomy, not only for the layperson, but also for underprivileged children. And the goal of this activity is actually to attract a wide audience and make astronomy and physics interesting and accessible to children and actually to people of all ages, because I believe that astronomy is very important knowledge of area, and it's unfair that it's included, unfortunately, not only the curriculum in Greece, but also I think for the curriculum of other countries. Astronomy is very important because it teaches humans how to evaluate their place in the universe. It helps us see how see our lives through a different and more advanced perspective. And above all, children and adults are fascinated by astronomy. They can introduce them in an excellent way into other areas of scientific knowledge too. So I believe that learning astronomy should start from an early age. I'm going to say that when I mentioned this program about CERN, that our objective, of course, was not to teach particle physics to primary school students. Our objective is obviously to make teaching love science, because according to recent research, students should be exposed to science at an early age, even in preschool age. So this is what I'm trying to do also
All
through
right.
introducing
Yeah.
from company.
Okay, that's awesome. I believe with you that our students should start learning about STEM at the young age, even the pre school students. So that's a commendable work you've been doing. We really want to know more about. You work as a humanitarian jobs, works all the time. So we would like to know or tell us more about it, about your
Yes.
humanitarian volunteering work.
Yeah, as I said before, I have spent a great part of my life on humanitarian services and social activism, especially during the COVID pandemic. I'm the founder, coordinator of many, said before, humanitarian projects implemented mostly in Africa and Asia. I collaborate through this project with teachers in Malawi, Kenya, and also in India. My one project that I have had implemented was about food nutrition, how to teach about healthy food combinations in case of food shortage. And this program actually inspired teachers in India who visited slums, educated students there, they donated money, and it is actually a big reward for our program. During my other program in Malawi, we obtained filtering sanitation for students who had to walk away 90 minutes to find clean water to drink. Apart from this, here in Greece, was appointed recently as the National Ambassador of Volunteers in Education, the Greek Academy Volunteers Help Hellas. And here, what I'm trying to do is to promote the message of volunteerism all around the world through the creation of group of volunteers. And this happens through a small country like Greece. And unfortunately, in Greece, we don't have developed this culture of volunteerism, unfortunately. So I believe that teachers, through volunteerism, can bring positive change in the lives of children. And if we are creative, of course, we can do miracles. And also, I want to say that I think the government should integrate volunteerism in the curriculum of primary school education. It's something that happened here in Greece. Our minister announced this new cognitive disciplines. I'm very happy about it. A cognitive discipline which is called Labs of Skills. And here, for the first time, Greece, which is actually a very conservative country and traditional behind in comparison to other countries, has integrated robotics, STEMs, entrepreneurship, and also volunteerism in the program. I'm very, very happy about it.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Prof, you've really executed a lot of projects, but I wouldn't want to delve into much on that. I really want to know, or our viewers would like to know, what are your future plans? Please, just 2 minutes to wrap it up.
Yes, my recent program was about gender-based violence in Nigeria. And this has started to be implemented in public schools with great success. I'm trying to promote STEM, combine STEM with gender-based violence awareness. And my future plans, it's of course that I will continue to promote STEM vision worldwide, writing more scientific books for kids. I'm planning to write also more international projects, especially for vulnerable groups and the privileged people. Because I think that the future of education is all about the strengthening student-centered learning. And I want to say also that as a neuroeducation researcher, I learned that human brain is a miracle that should be treated with respect, especially during the everyday teaching practices. This is my message. The teachers can restructure human brains.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for your wonderful sharing. And this is what it's all about. Sharing is caring. Thank you for coming on the show with us today. And our next panelist I'm going to throw some question with is Dr. Sahuli. Please, if I didn't mention your name, I'm so sorry. If I couldn't mention your name very well, please just bear with me. Right now, I would like to permit me to introduce her. Dr. Sahuri. She's a doctor, a director and dean Adamas University, India. She's also a global thought leader and inspirational speaker. He has been a founder principal of Adamas World School and STEM World School, the first STEM school in West Bengal, that is in India. Under her inspiring leadership, STEM World School had been ranked and awarded as the second best international day school in West Bengal by Education World. Wow. She has been the recipient of numerous awards that are uncountable. I can't even mention them all here. A recipient of National Quality Excellency Award, a Gem of India Awards, and there are so many of them. Oh my gosh. National Education Leadership Award in the category of Commitment to Excellence in Education, World Peace Award, and so many more. They're uncountable. Thank you so much, ma'am. And we really appreciate you for all you do to empower every voice and what you're doing in the educational sector. The microphone is all yours now. Please come on board. So let's have a talk with you, ma'am. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, thank you so much for that warm introduction.
Okay.
It's absolutely a pleasure to be on this platform today.
All right. I'm so sorry about that. Your work is really commendable. There are much. I can't even mention them all. But we really appreciate, we recognize all the efforts you've already put in place in the education sector, in your school and other schools across the globe. So what are your views on the current education system? Would you share with us your views in the current education system? The microphone is all yours now, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. I think that, our histories have changed, our geographies have changed, and in fact, everything around us has changed. But sadly enough, what has not changed is our education system. Our education system is still the byproduct of the 19th century industrial revolution, which continues to promote a one-size-fits-all educational structure. So I would like to call it an industrial factory model of productivity, which treats the young learners as the finished products of this redundant, obsolete, and too conservative kind of an educational structure, which even denies the fact that each and every young child is born with a unique blueprint, and they do have their own individual talents, their individual passion, and their level of interest. So, unfortunately, this is exactly my take on the current education system. And well, I think that there is an urgent need to reimagine the educational system for the benefit of Generation Z. That's what I think.
Yeah, thank you so much. You've already said that I was even about to come down. Maybe we should just throw more light on this. Is there any need to reimagine education and learning for the 21st century? For the this is 21st century, is there any need for that, ma'am?
Absolutely. There is a huge need for a
Yeah.
transformation. And of course, we need a
Okay.
complete paradigm shift from a too rigid, too structured, too organized, kind of an educational system to a more productive, more fulfilling, more meaningful, stress free, and an organic teaching learning ecosystem. That is the need of the hour. So if you consider the fact that our education system still, continues to eulogize and idealize standardized testing. So standardized testing is something which relies heavily on the young learner's ability to comply and to conform. So this needs to change. I mean, we need to give due regards to the young learner's capability of creativity and innovation. Our conventional educational norms force our young learners to, metaphorically draw and color within the lines. That is to comply, to conform, and to compete. But every single child is given the same amount of time to learn the same thing in the same way and preferably on the same day. So there is absolutely no wonder why the children, they face a lot of problems in realizing their true potential. So I think the time has come when we, as futuristic and progressive educators, we have to realize that maybe we need less of maths and science literacy and more of emotional literacy. Maybe we need less of intelligence quotient and more of emotional quotient. Maybe we need less of competition, cutthroat competition, and more collaboration and cooperation. So in short, I think that there is a need for a complete overhauling and a complete transformation of the education system. Nothing short of a revolution is going to work for our current education system.
Wow, that's that's pretty awesome. You've already nailed it. Yes, we really need all this. All this, in fact, you just hit the nail on its head. The last question for you is that how can the teachers prepare the young learners to face the challenges of the 21st century? Could you please throw more light, just a little, maybe 1 or 2 minutes? We do the magic, ma'am.
Yeah. Uh, I think the first thing that we need to understand is that we live in the 21st century VUCA world, which is a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. It's a very, very different world, right? And so the challenges of a 21st century world are also absolutely unique. So I think there is a need for us to realize that we need to allow more time to the young learners, wherein they can, spend more time in creating, experimenting with their novel ideas and thoughts. We as educators and as parents, of course, we first of all have to stop stigmatizing failures and mistakes. And we have to appreciate the fact that both failures as well as mistakes are both essential components of an effective learning experience also, I think we need to give both choice as well as voice to our young generation, wherein they can express confidently what, where, and how they would want to learn. So these are the kind of mindset, a change, a paradigm shift in the mindset that the teachers need to have in order to prepare our next generation for a much better and for a much meaningful future.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for your wonderful contribution. And in fact, this is a exclusive I'm talking about. You really nailed it. Thank you so much for tuning in for today's episode. It's really awesome. Sharing is caring. I believe that most of educators out there have learned one or two from your contribution. Thank you so much once again. And that's it. Take me to I'll introduce my co-host, Mr. Felix Kamaku Felix from Kenya. She's a teacher at Mashru Boys High School, Kajiado, Kenya. She's a Microsoft certified educator and MIE expert and fellow. He's also a global learning mentor, and he's a presenter, a speaker, and educationist. He's a workplace ambassador and a community leader, even a workplace certified. He's also a Global Educator Network community member, Kenya, and of course, global ambassador to 24stDIGISKILLZ. He's also a winner of Golden Star Teachers Award and so many more. Welcome on stage, my co-host, Felix. Are you there? The sharing and caring microphone is all yours now, sir.
Yeah, so thank you very much for the amazing first session that you have just had from the great change makers, from Ambassador Matthias K. Thomas, for sharing the way you are revolutionizing education in India. Special thanks to Dr. Rania from Greece for the great work you are doing of volunteering, and also Professor Dr. Shauri for the great talk that you've just given us, and also to our very own Dr. Uche for the great session that you have just had. Now, this juncture, I want us to do it slightly different, and I want us to do it this time for the remaining batch of change makers, or for the remaining batch of the global educator leaders. What we are going to do is I'm going to be reaching out to you, each of you. I'm going to be asking you a question as we move around from one educator to the other, so that we don't have a lot of boredom from some of the educators. So at this juncture, I just want to introduce the remaining batch. I want to introduce the remaining batch of change makers, or global edu leaders. And then after I introduce them, now I'm going to be posing questions to them. So I hope you can be able to see my screen. I don't know, Uche, can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Yeah, now we can see.
Okay, you can see the screen now?
Yeah, open the file.
Okay, just a minute to do that. So
yeah, it's coming
I hope
up.
you can be able to. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead. We can see.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, the first global education edu leader or ambassador that we are going to be interviewing is going to be Bypass Dapa. He's from Nepal. Is MIE expert. First, he's a lecturer. He's also an MIE expert. He's also a MET for 2020, 2021. He's a TESOL certified. He's a Skype master. He's a AE teacher. He's a Global Trainer Academy Nepal coordinator. He's also the NELTA Makwan, ICT cell coordinator, is a Flipgrid certified educator. He's also a Wakelet ambassador, is a Closed Dojo ambassador, is a CISO ambassador, is a UBL cloud trainer, is Edu Parcel certified, is also a vocabulary ambassador and ambassador to various other edutech tools. Our next interviewee is going to be Ambassador Dr. Ayet Sini from Tunisia. She's a professor in global economics from the University of Economics and Management in Nabel. She's a senior professor above the rank of elementary school, and she has been teaching since 2012. Our students are between 8 to 13 years. She teaches English, mathematics, Arabic, and sciences. She loves her job so much, as well as the learners. She always does her best to introduce them to, that is the learners. She always does her best to introduce the learners to new ways of teaching using different tools and techniques to let our lessons more attractive. As a teacher, she is creative, innovative, and collaborative with others. She has participated in projects with different teachers from all over the world, and she has also participated in many webinars and trainings. She's glad to be part of the mentor team, and also she hopes to keep on sharing about teaching and learning with other colleagues. Next, we have Rihanna Egg, who is a head teacher on Shari, one government primary school. She is a Microsoft Innovative Educator expert from all the way from 2017. She's a Skype master teacher. She teaches SGs. She's SDGs ambassador. She's a National Geographic certified educator or teacher. She's British Council School Administrator. She's a Flipgrid Student Voice Ambassador. She's a Wakelet Ambassador, ICT for National Ambassador, and also Ambassador to various education schools. And then finally, we have a reader, Jay. He's a well-known international educationist, a counselor, a mentor. He has been working in India and abroad since 1994 as an academic coordinator, curriculum designer, and teacher for the CBSE, IGCSE, and IB curriculum. He's also served as a professional counselor and freelance resource person for career counseling, motivational speaker, psychological counseling, new age parenting, social activist, and mentor for teachers orientation program in various Indian school and international school. He also works as a content writer, freelance academic auditor, and assessor of well-known schools. In his 27 years of experience of his career, he has served and traveled in many countries, including India, Maldives, Sri Lanka. He has been to Qatar, Oman, Dubai, Vietnam. He has been to Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, and many other countries. He has worked with more than 75 countries, teachers, and taught more than 140 country students. He is associated with such associates, London, and many reputed edu organizations of India, Maldives, Qatar, Oman, Cambodia, Australia, and Myanmar. In the COVID pandemic period, he has done many charity and volunteer work. He has received many awards and honors from various national and international institutions in his journey. He also has an honorary live member of Indian High Commission, so Indian Embassy situated in many countries. So those are the next batch of educators that we are going to be interviewing. And my first question is going to be going to Ambassador Bypass Thapa. Ambassador Bypass Thapa, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, and thank you.
Yeah, so how is Nepal? Hello,
Pardon, please?
Ambassador.
Yes.
Yeah, so how is your country?
Yeah, it's a beautiful country. The Mount Everest, the world's highest peak, is in my country, Nepal, and it's a
Wow.
landlocked country, and it's the birthplace of uh, Gautam Buddha, Lord, and the peaceful country.
Wow, that's amazing, Bypass Tapa. So yeah, the first question is directed to you, and the first question is, how have you been integrating ICT into your ELT classroom? Can you tell us in a
Uh,
nutshell?
Thank you for a wonderful question. I have been integrating ICT into ELT classroom. Practically, I engage my students in the MOOC courses as massive open online courses. And from grade 6, my students have been doing the massive open online courses. And similarly, I have also connecting my students with international educators as in the borderless station. And when I connect my students in the borderless session, they are able to speak. Similarly, they are learning the new culture, and they are sharing their culture to the international educators, and their confidence level has been increased. And I use the different tools when I teach listening skills, or to develop the listening skill. Similarly, speaking skill, reading and writing skill. I use the different web tools. As let me tell some names here. As I use the Flipgrid to enhance my strengths, or to make them practice speaking English. Similarly, I use the Grammarly app to make my students write the grammar, or to make the sentence correct. In that way, I use ICT into ELT classroom.
Yeah, so that's absolutely amazing, Bypass. That is absolutely amazing. Now, our next question goes to Rihanna from Bangladesh. Rihanna, can you hear me? Hello,
Yes,
Rihanna?
I can hear you. Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so my first question to you is, how can we implement blended learning in our education?
Well, thank you so much. That during the COVID-19 pandemic session, we have been locked down 17 months in our country. After 17 months, we reopen our school. But in Bangladesh, it is a developing country. In my perspective, in my country's perspective, I want to say we have no available device in our country for our primary school students as well, high school as well also. But college and university is available, and for this reason, we can understood how it is important for our students, because pandemic is going on nowadays all as well. So we want to implement blended learning, face to face and online learning. Blended learning is online and offline as well. So we inspired our guardian to use device like Facebook, like use social media, because in the pandemic time we use Facebook page for our students online class in our country, and WhatsApp, Zoom, Google Meet, but we cannot reach the all students. Maximum 30 or 50% students we can reach. So we want to nowadays we try to reach our students how to cover up for the lockdown time, in the meanwhile, because we now our school is going on now open. So it is very important. I think all of country face the COVID-19 pandemic session, and developed country, I think every teacher can reach their students for their devices available, but developing or poor country, it is not possible for us. So we think blended learning is very important, and nowadays we try our best, and our government also try for best to reach the blended learning. I think by trying, after that we can reach. Thank you so much.
Wow, wow, that's great. That's great, Rihanna Egg from Bangladesh. So thank you very much for the response. My next question is going to Abasanda Ayet Sini from Tunisia. Abasanda Ayet, Professor Ayet Sini, are you there?
Yes, hello everybody. Hello, nice to meet you
Hello.
too, all of us, all of you. You know, this year I met many wonderful people. Thank you, Yushlin, to give me this chance to participate in this great and incredible platform. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Basanda Professor Ayet Issini from Tunisia. First question to you, Basanda Ayet. Did you choose teaching? Did you choose the teaching profession? Maybe it might sound a very funny question, but did you exactly choose the teaching profession?
In fact, I never thought that one day I would be a teacher. when I was when I was studying in a primary school, I dreamed of being a doctor. Really. Then when I
Wow.
moved to secondary to secondary school, I was smart. I love math, science, and physics. When I had good marks, uh, I choose to change. I I wish to be a polytechnic engineering. After having my baccalaureate, everything changed. I studied international economics, uh, but when I go to teach at the first time in 2013, I was confused. It was very hard for me. Um, at the first, I found some difficulties because my major was too far from teaching. Uh, but I worked hard and hard, really. Now I am satisfied and calm. I love my job and my students also. I participated in many projects, national or international or European. I've just been awarded for both twinning projects, the national and also the European quality level. So at the first, no, but now I love my job, really.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. That's at least we are happy that right now you love your job and you are really shining in the teaching profession. So
Thank you.
congratulations for the great work that you are doing. So
Thank you.
my welcome. So my other question goes to Professor Arida from India. Professor, are you there? Abasanda Arida, sorry. Are you the, Arita, Arida, are you there? Aridas, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Very good
Wow,
evening from India.
amazing.
Very good
So,
evening. Yeah.
Arida, you've been teaching all the way from 1990 when I was still
19,
less than 10 years. Is that right?
yeah,
In fact,
since
less than 5
1990.
years. 1990s, I was less than 5 years. So you started teaching that time, and I know even most of the educators who are here by then they were still young. So, and your journey is still continuing.
Yeah.
It's almost 27 years journey, and
Yeah.
you have performed as a teacher, educator. You have also performed as a mentor, examiner. You have been an invigilator, and many other roles. Professor, Aridas, maybe
Yeah.
what is your most favorite place and position you have played your role?
Okay. When I was in Qatar, Doha, I have played a role for the academic coordinator in a CBSE school. And yes, Qatar is my favorite place. It's very neat and clean. And it is the richest country, you can say, the highest GDP in the world. And I got lots of honors and recognitions and what do you call respects from the students as well. And the role I have played as an academic coordinator come campus in charge, it was a leadership role, and I have learned a lot. Yeah, though I am what do you call, I got an opportunity being as a teacher or educator, but basically I can say that I am a lifelong learner. So I have given a less amount for teaching, what I got is the more amount as a learner. That is the thing.
Oh, that's great. So maybe before we shift focus from you, how will you describe your learning experience with different countries?
Yeah. Uh, I have started my journey in abroad teaching in 2009 when I went to IGCSE school, Maldives, University of Cambridge School, and it was an amazing experience there. Yeah, after Maldives, yes, there I have learned a lot: the rituals, the cultures, the heritage, and the traditions of Maldivians. And then I have returned to India, and then I went to Qatar, Doha. And next, that was also the first time Qatar. I went to Qatar two times. First was IGCSE school. It was University of Cambridge school through Search Associates London. Actually, I got the opportunity, and there I have also attended the New York State University's MA with integrated PhD, that program. So my practice teaching school was in Qatar. And after that, I went to Cambodia, Phnom Penh. I was in Phnom Penh. Yeah. After that, Phnom Penh means to Southeast Asia part. I have traveled near about almost all countries: Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar. What do you call? All these countries I have traveled, and I have seen a different type of cultures, different type of school cohort, the environment, the styles, the attitude of the students. I have differently I have observed. And when I again returned to Oman, Muscat, I was in Muscat. So I have observed another the Gulf students culture. That is also another the different. So I have observed that maximum differences of attitude, the characteristics, the way of expression of the students in different countries, and I have learned a lot. And every educational teacher means international teacher or educator, if anyone wants to get an idea, I can share the knowledge, I can share my views and thoughts. And yes, obviously, the Myanmar, it was a poor country than Qatar. So I have observed that what is the basic mentality and situations, the psychological and emotional balances the richest country students are facing and the poorest country students are facing. So I have observed that things also. And apart from that, I got the experiences of heritage and cultures and foods and clothes and differences of different countries. I have observed and I have experienced. Yes, that's all.
Wow, wow, wow. That's absolutely amazing. A great wealth of experience.
Yeah.
I really love to be where you are one given time.
Yeah, sure, sure. Anyone can please feel free to contact me. I thanks Dr. Uche Linda that for giving me an opportunity to meet all of you, to see and to appear before you. And please feel free to contact if you have any type of questions or queries or thoughts. What I can share with you. It is 27 years of journey. It's not a matter of joke. So we within 10 minutes or 15 minutes or half an hour is not enough to what do you call. Dr. Ruche already has given me the time that your time frame will be maximum 10 minutes, but 10 to 15 minutes is not enough for me to express my the rich experiences. The what do you call, the I have enjoyed the what do you call 11 years of teaching in abroad, that journey. Yes, from 2009 to 2021. Yes, due to the COVID pandemic situation, I have returned to India. Otherwise, I could have stayed at China because I got an opportunity from Wuhan, from where the corona has started. But God saved me from Muscat. I didn't fly to Wuhan. I have returned to
Oh,
India.
so you have a lot of experience. We want to know how
So
you
I have
fly from
returned.
China.
Yeah, and still that agreement letter is with me, and it was my good luck. I don't know when I have finally submitted the scanned copy of the degrees attestation by the Ministry of External Affairs. I have sent there. It was 7 days late only, and then they told at the moment I was appointed as an academic coordinator come curriculum designer, and the package was also very high. And they told me the reply mail that Mr. Mukherjee, you have late 7 days, so your profile cannot be processed for this academic year, and maybe for the next academic year your profile can be considered. And it was my good luck. I could not went there. That's why I am here. Yeah, I have served a lot in this pandemic situation for 2 years. I have done lots of voluntary and charity, as because I am a psychological counselor, and I have also a depression relief clinic. So I am doing the voluntarily. Yes, God has given me the what do you call, food and accommodation and clothes. So I have no other demand. So I can give my voluntary service to anyone. No problem. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. That's quite remarkable. I would love to listen and listen and listen to you talk. Absolutely
Thank you.
amazing for the great work you are doing of volunteering together with
Yeah. In this pandemic situation, I got the Corona Savire Award from many organizations also.
Great, sir, great.
That's great. Yeah, so thank you very much, Aridas. That was amazing. Our next batch of question is going to go to Bypass, Tapa from Nepal. I hope you are there. I want to ask you the second question, and my question is, what is the significance of doing massive open learning online courses? I know you've been doing them. I've been following you, and you've been doing them. So what exactly is the significance of doing the massive online open online courses? Seems you are on mute. Kindly unmute. Kindly put come out of mute. Hello, Bipas.
Thank you for the second question. As in the beginning phase, in the initiation, I had started that. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes. Thank you for the question here again. So, massive open online courses makes the level of students advance in the sense that, let me give one practical example here. My grade 6 students, when they start to do or when they enroll the English grammar courses, then they just play it, just they enroll in the courses, and after the 15 days they get the scholarship. And after getting scholarship, the student learn the grammatical in such a way that I don't have to share them a lots of knowledge, because by doing the discussion, by using the maximum, using the discussion forum as well as the rules and regulation, and from that examination, so they learn in their own way. That has support me in teaching and learning. And I can at very moment I can proudly say that my student who enroll in that grammar courses, now their grammar skill is good enough. Similarly, here, not only for the student, for the teachers too, as I have done TESOL from Arizona State University, and similarly TESOL Advanced from International TESOL Association. So it has also enriched or emboldened to find out to use the innovative ideas in teaching and learning. So here, as within this short span of time, I can say how much it's fruitful for the professional development and for the career development of the students. Overall, it has really supported all the learners, and even it has also supported my professional development. Over to you.
That is wonderful, Mr. Bipas Tapa. So that is quite that's quite amazing. That's wonderful. So maybe I want us to move to our next speaker. I want to pose my question to Rihanna. I hope Rihanna, you are ready.
Yes, I'm here. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we understand that we've been having we have been having the COVID-19, and during that time, we could not be able to have the face-to-face interaction. So how can we be able to? How are you able to assess your students? Do students assessment online using the online platforms?
Well, actually, it is very difficult because, as I mentioned here, we have no available device and we have no Wi-Fi connection. For this reason, we cannot reach all students, but uh, some students attend the class by the Google Meet, Google Meet, and sometimes WhatsApp group and also messenger groups. Because my kids are very small, so we assess by the messenger, and sometimes we use Kahoot. Kahoot, it's a one kind of game, and Quizlet, and sometimes we also assess by messenger. They send the picture of their notebook, and sometimes we assess the computer, and we send them back. In by this uh, platform, we assess our students, but we cannot know how the other countries. I want to know our participant, how can they reach their students and how can assess their students during the pandemic time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so thank you very much. I know assessment can be quite hectic. I know it can be quite hectic, especially if it is not involving the face-to-face learning. So maybe the next question I want to pose it to Professor Yates. I'm back to you. You said you initially you did not want to become a teacher. Now that you are a teacher, maybe you can tell us. What is your teaching philosophy? What is your teaching philosophy now that you have come to like teaching?
Yes, thank you. Teaching philosophy or teaching style. Well, we can talk about many things. Learning, concept of teaching, goals of teaching, concepts of teaching goals for students, teaching methods, many, assessing, learning, professional growth, as my colleague said, TESOL is very important for our growth. We can grow also, not just students learn, but we as educators, we learn each from our students, from partners, whatever. For me, I give importance to learning by doing, project based and problem solving. I also give importance for the 4 C's of critical thinking. The 4 C's, which are the K of 21st century skills. So collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, and communication. For critical thinking, I've just finished a massive course about integrating critical thinking in our classroom. I also give importance for communication. Why? Sharing ideas, questions, our thoughts. Collaboration, working together to reach a common goal. For the critical thinking, looking at the problems in different ways, in new ways, especially with or to nowadays everything changed with ITC, integrating ITC and technology. Creativity, for the creativity, trying new approach to solve problems. So that's all.
That's quite insightful, Professor Ayet. We are so happy for your contribution. So thank you very much. At least I'm happy that out of having stayed for quite some time without having teaching in your mind, you have finally embraced teaching, and you are now a great teacher. So thank you very much. So I want to go back to this gentleman, very experienced, Ambassador Arida. Ambassador Arida, back to you. Now, you have a wealth of experience. What was socio-cultural? What was the socio-economic and the cultural differences that you have observed and experienced in your overseas teaching journey. You are just telling us that you are in China, Cambodia, and other countries. Can you tell us in a nutshell?
Yeah, the socio-economic culture is the most important part because we everyone, the educators, we know the school is the mirror of the society, and each and every parent sending their children to the school to learn, and that means the students are representing the society. So I have observed since Maldives, Qatar, Oman, Dubai, Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar. So all other countries, I have seen that the financial liabilities of the father or financial capabilities of the parents or guardians, those are bearing the cost of educations. That is also a big, that has also a big impact of the students learning. The socio-economic culture depends on the students future. The socio-economic culture depends on the students characteristics. I have seen, suppose in Qatar, the I have worked in international schools where all are the Qataris and the Emirates, so they have the highest GDP in the world. That means their attitude, their style of talking, their style of way of expression, their body language is much differ with the Cambodia or Myanmar students. I have seen some students, parents in Cambodia and in Myanmar, their parents are selling the fast food in a street just like as a hawker. And the next day morning, the parents are coming with a beautiful dress to the school and they are attending the parents meeting. I cannot recognize, oh my god, these parents yesterday night I went there to the shop, and how she was amiable, the down to earth, the very noble, and they are very polite in nature. So the no arrogancy, no rudeness, nothing. The students are also excellent behavior. They are each and every moment giving the respect to the teachers a huge. So I'm not racial or I'm not racist. I'm not comparing with any other attitude or behavior, but it has a great impact. I have observed the students attitude and behaviors and the body language differs with socio-economic culture. Yes. The first one incident I can what do you call I can give you the when I was returning from Maldives in the airport Malay, one students uh, came to me just to say goodbye, and he came with one full what do you call a big basket of tuna fish, fried tuna fish, and when he is handing over that box to me, he was crying. Because his father is a fisherman, and the same times another student came to me in Qatar Doha in the at the airport to give me a see up goodbye, to say goodbye. He came to me with a very costly watch which is 3000 US dollars. So now you can compare the situation, the socio-economic culture. One student is coming with a sea fish, what his father is fishing, and one student is coming with the richness and the what do you call the power of purchasing that materialistics. Both are the students. Now this is called the socio-economic differences, socio-economic cultural differences. That's it. Over to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, readers. Thank you very much for that experience, for sharing with us the experience that you have had in the different countries that you have been to. So thank you very much. So my other question goes to, I want to go back to Bipas Tapa from Nepal. Bipas, during the pandemic situation, how did you engage your students in teaching? Bibas, are you there?
Yeah, of course. Thank you again for the third question here. So let me repeat that my educators, my colleagues from Bangladesh, Rana had, as she had mentioned earlier, that in the form of Google form, as Nepal, even India and in Bangladesh, we have been using the different forms, online forms, as in the synchronous and asynchronous mode of learning. Let me explain that. For synchronous mode of learning, the learners and the teacher has to be on the same moment or same time. But due to the electricity power cut, due to the poor internet access, and so many other issues, at that very moment, the online classes was not, or the synchronous classes or synchronous mode of classes was not so much effective. And as my colleagues, my dear friend from Bangladesh had mentioned, that the blended learning, similarly in the context of my country or in my class too, the synchronous mode of learning was not effective that much as we had expected it to be. And we use the asynchronous mode of online learning, and such like Nearpod, which can be used for the synchronous and asynchronous mode of learning, and quizzes, or the Google Forms, Flipgrid. So these were the tools that we used. And being here in the form of learning management system, we also use the Google Classroom, similarly Schoology, and ubiquitous based learning, and after that, easy classroom. So these were the different learning management system that we have been using for our students. And on the basis of the ability of internet, and on the basis of ability of the electricity and other facilities, so we had broadcasted even from the radio and television to for teaching purposes. So the two medium, online synchronous and asynchronous mode of online teaching, were practiced during these COVID-19 pandemic situations. And that teaches us lesson to be ready. And my students, and including the teachers, were familiar with the, some extent, we all are familiar with the synchronous and asynchronous mode of online learning. Thank you. Over to you.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much, Pastor Tapa, for that great and elaborate explanation on the question. So I want us to go to the next our next speaker, and maybe I want to go to Rayana Egg from Bangladesh. So maybe you can tell us how you could please could you please tell us which edutech tools or which tools have been very helpful for you and your students. Rayana.
Well, thank you so much for the questions. I think that all students need to at first device. After that, we think that which device is available in our country. I think Facebook pays their guardian. All students guardians has Facebook. They use the Facebook, and they have Messenger, and also we can reach the WhatsApp, because everyone has a mobile number. It is very useful for them. And in Bangladesh, we have a teachers portal by the government, and our government focus on everything in the teachers portal. I think that if the government helpful for the Wi-Fi connection, and able to connect electricity in every schools, and it is very useful for students. And in our country, WhatsApp and messengers and Google Meet, it is available for the students. I think my country's perspective. Okay, thank you so much.
So thank you very much, Rayana. Thank you very much, Rayana. And then now we go to our next speaker, Professor Ayet from Tunisia, the great teacher now, the now great teacher. What's your motto in teaching, Professor Ayet Sin?
Thank you for the question. My motto, I have many. Be inspirational, working hard and hard, because I teach from my heart, really. Be helpful, be kind, show respect, do my best, and be a leader. As my colleagues said now, I use many techniques. Really, I do my best. I make researches. I try to get my listeners more attractive. I also made a good relationship with my students to learn together and from each other. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ed. So before we proceed, I can see Ambassador Putela pray all the way. I can see she's around, and maybe it's good that I also pose a question to you. How are you? Hello, Ambassador Preti.
Yeah, please unmute.
Unmute, please.
From India. Namaste. Yeah,
Namaste.
I am unmuted.
Yes. Ambassador Preti, we are hearing you. You can carry on.
Unmuted.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I am unmuted.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah, please carry on, Ambassador Felix.
Now, I want to pose a question to you. You are in the in the panel, and probably I've just seen you, and it's good that we also get to know. We also pose a question to you, and I'm not going to have many questions to you. I'm just going to pose one question to you, and my question is:
Your voice is breaking. You're
now, my
not
question
clear
to
to me.
you, Ambassador Preti, can you hear me?
I think a network is weak. You ask, we will type and ask. I'll put the question on the
Ambassador Preti, my question to you is: how have you been integrated? How have you been integrating blended learning? How have you been integrating blended learning? You know, now we are talking about blended learning. Brief, in a nutshell, can you tell us how you have been integrating blended learning? Ambassador Preti. Hello, Ambassador Preti.
Maybe the technical glitch. She can't hear properly.
So maybe as she sorts out her network issues, I want to pose the last question. And my last question to
she's there.
I was disconnected.
Ma'am, this is the question for you. I put it on the screen for you.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew, sir. So yes, how have we been integrating blended learning? It's the help of Teams. Teams portal has been our great friend throughout the pandemic and now as well. And now what we are doing, half of the students come to school, half of them are sitting at home, and the teacher is able to deliver her lessons through Teams portal. And also, the children are collaborating on Wakelet, they are giving their voices to the Flipgrid. So there is no end to learning. There are no learning gaps. The learning is happening wonderfully. Though now again in India we see that the schools are shut again. Due to pollution problems. So it is they are at home. But yes, the pandemic has given us a beautiful way of teaching. So it is not that 2 years back, we remember the schools were shut because of the pollution and all. But then now it is not that the teaching is not happening. The learning is happening. The students are at home. The teachers are at home. But the learning is happening through the online mode. They are doing their projects. Our children use a lot of Adobe Spark. They are making beautiful posters, their projects, their videos, presentations on Adobe Spark is again a wonderful tool. And yes, teachers are making their teaching interesting through Kahoot. We play a lot of games through it. And why not? Yes, learning is a continuous process. Yes, it is a learning a continuous process, and our children and teachers are enjoying this portal as well. So it is not that we can say that, yes, the schools have been shut, so the children are at a loss. They are not at a loss. So it's the blended learning also happening. The children are gaining through it. And yes, the teachers are also satisfied, yes, that their syllabus is not left behind. Parents are also at ease that, yes, their children are busy doing work, busy doing work, busy making their projects, books, everything is of available to them.
So thank you very much, Ambassador Preti, for the for the great and the
So
insightful
I
piece
have
of.
answered your question,
Yeah,
Ambassador
you are.
Felix.
Yes, you
So
are.
this
Yes, you are, Ambassador. Yes, you have, Ambassador Preti. And thank you very much for your time. I know you are very, very busy today, and you have been able to secure some time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you for
Yeah, so
inviting. It's always a pleasure to participate in 21st DigiSkills events. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
well, you're most welcome. So I want us to go to the last questions. The last questions. Now I'm going to the last questions. The last question to Arida. Now it's the last question for you, and I want us to
Yeah.
do it in a nutshell. I want us to do it in a nutshell, very briefly, in less than 2 minutes. In less than 2 minutes, Aridas, you can tell us how you have contributed to the school apart from your teaching role in your regular schedule. Very
Oh, it's a
briefly, in
nice.
less than 2 minutes.
Okay, it's a very nice questions. Apart from the teaching schedule, how you are playing the or contributing? Yes, the first thing is that I have done, that is psychological counseling. The most important part of a student is counseling. If you are unable to feel the psychology of the student, if you are unable to reach the student's heart, you will not be a successful teacher. So each and every students will be in your heart. Each and every day they will come and give a smiling, and their smiling face will give you the energy. That monthly salary or the money, end of the money, the account will be credited. That's not the most important factor for a teacher. A smiling student's face is the most important factor of a teacher. And I'm always saying that if you can't create a love of learning, you are not a successful teacher. So the first thing I have started as a teacher, apart from that teaching, I have tried to touch the heart. That is the most important role. And next, I have exposed, or you can say explored, the language skills. Yes, as a teacher, I have learned that local languages, and also they have learned the cultures, the heritage, the traditions, the because an international teacher is a global citizen. So you can share your experiences and thoughts apart from the syllabus, apart from the books, apart from the notes. You can share with the students, and obviously they will be remembering you forever. That's the most important part, because the teacher, the actually school, the word came from the Latin word scola, which means the local parenthesis. So when parents are coming to the school to drop their children to the school, you are not only a teacher, you are a second parent. You will have to be considered just like as a parent, and you will have to love and care, and you will have to feel the psychology of that student. That is the what do you call, the youth, the blooming bird of the it's just like you will have to nurture the talent, you will have to flourish their talent. That is the most important part I have done. Thank you. I cannot hear you.
You have to unmute yourself.
I
Ambassador
cannot
come.
hear you. Ambassador
Yeah.
Felix, I cannot hear. We have not heard anything else. Please repeat again.
Wow, wow. So I was saying that was absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for the insightful presentation. Thank you very much for the great words about touching the art of the student. So
Yeah.
last question to Bipas Thapa from Nepal. What is your plan to collaborate with international educators? Very, very briefly.
Thank you. At first, my main focus here is that in upcoming time, I will keep doing connection and having these panelist talks and inviting the educators like here, my colleagues from Bangladesh and Russian, similarly Haridas Mukherjee and the Russian educators and so on. And um, connecting through the 21st disease skills because from this lesson I got the experience as I feel that I have visited other countries because from the
Yeah.
experienced teacher and from different parts of the corners I can whatever the ideas I got from these panelists or from this session today I'll be exploring, I'll be sharing with my friend, and this is the actually the best platform me and for all my colleagues we were working from different parts of the country or we are looking from different corners of the world at this very moment. So in this way, as I will be continuing collaborating with the 21st DG skills and we'll be sharing. And second part is that as I'm also associated with Microsoft as an innovative educator expert, I will be connecting my student through the Skype as I have planned right moment. I have made a plan to invite the Russian educators. Similarly, Haridas Mukherjee, I may invite him for my student so that he would share his experience,
Yes,
and that
sure.
would be really interesting for me. Similarly, I have here Matthew K. Thomaser. He has his own experience. So in that way, I will keep doing the borderless session or the mystery Skype session, and that would really promote my students and feel that we all are the global learners or the global educators and global citizenship. So inviting using the borderless session or doing the mystery Skype session, connecting or collaborating with the educators as we are connecting now through the Google Meet or Zoom or the different features, I will be inviting all the educators, if possible, to invite or to be in my classroom. That will be my major focus in the recent moment. Over to you. Thank you.
So absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. Those are great plans by Bipas Papa from Nepal, and it's talking about collaboration. Sharing is caring. So thank you very much, Bipas Tapa. Now, on to Rihanna Egg. Your very last question during the novel 2019, that is COVID-19 pandemic school closure. How did you reach out to your students, Rihanna?
Thank you so much once again. Well, actually, I mentioned here we reached our students by the Google Meet. We using Google Meet actually, and also our government provided uh, television broadcast, the Sangshot TV, and some teachers represent there, and we also broadcast radio program for our students, and we also provided some Facebook online classes all over the country. In this way, we reach some students, maximum maybe 30%, or in urban area 50%, but in rural area 30 to 40% students we can reach during the pandemic time. And sometimes, and we also gave away some worksheet by face to face. We visited our students home visit, and we gave away some worksheet, and by maintaining social distance. In this way, we reach our students, rest of the students. Thank you so much.
So thank you very
Thanks a
much.
lot.
Thank you very much, Rihanna. I think I was able to follow you during the pandemic, and I think I was able to learn so much from you. We were also able to collaborate with the Kenyan educators, and I really appreciate the great effort and the great work that you are doing in Bangladesh. So on to our last speaker for the day, Ambassador Ayet Sini, all the way from Tunisia, the great teacher now. I want to ask you one more, the last question. I hope you are ready. What do you need to know about students to be more useful to them? Now that you have come to love teaching. Now, what is it that you need to know about students to be more useful to them? Professor Ayet.
Thank you. Thank you for this question. Nice question. I should know everything about them. That's why I give a big importance from the beginning of the year to learner profile. So when I collected enough information about them, uh, I can first know their level. Secondly, how they accept the information by audio or visual or kinesthetically. Um, I can also distinguish strong from weak ones. I could also know about multiple intelligences. Moreover, building a good relationship with the students contributes on designing a learning environment and opportunities that build on them needs and interests. So this should helps me planning my lessons. This should helps me planning my lessons well by selecting the topics, activities, and materials. Then setting the desired goals, and all of that engage students building uh, knowledge on this own or within the group. I mean, teamwork. I also give importance to the group work that I acquired through my humble experience in the field of education and from some training courses that I attended. So when we make mixed groups or uh, uh, heterogeneous graduates and tutors, students with different abilities, background, share, can or should they can share ideas, solving problems, scaffolding, and cascading in knowledge. For example, one outstanding student can help other uh, students who have some disabilities. Of course, that's under a supervision of the teacher. So teamwork also is very, very important in the classroom or outside. For example, when I was part of the e-twinning project or a global project, we cascade in our knowledge. We interact. We help each other. For example, computer science can help us in giving some tools. That's why I learned more from the e-twinning project and from the webinars which I attended. I gained a lot of things about tools: Kahoot, Nearpod, Bansi, Wakelet. That's can help me to integrate these tools with my students in the classroom, and the lessons can be more attractive. That's why.
Wow, wow,
Thank
wow.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you so
Wow, wow.
much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's Sini from Tunisia. I'm just loving
Thank
the
you.
passion that you are having after the long time of uh, feeling that you don't need to be, you don't want to be the teacher, and finally accepting to be that one great teacher. So thank you very much. And
Thank
we
you.
want to thank all the panelists. The special thanks to all the panelists for the wealth of experience, for sharing your wealth of experience, for the insightful talk, and everything. I really appreciate you for the great presentation and for the great answers, the solutions that you are providing for the challenges that we are facing. So I want at this juncture, allow me to hand over the program back to Dr. Uche to do the wrap up of the session. Back to you, Ambassador Dr. Uche Linda. Ambassador Dr. Uche,
We
you
can't
can
hear.
come out of
We
mute.
can't. Yeah, please unmute.
Sorry,
Ah,
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm audible now. Yeah, thank you so much, Ambassador Felix, my co-host. You really did a great job there. That's awesome. I really like your style. In fact, that's what I'm going to be. Yes, we are going to be using this style. I think it's not going to be too boring. I believe I said it earlier on that it's not going to be a dull moment with all of us here. Wow, what a great session. This is an exclusive, actually. Thank you so much for the great do leaders of all times. You've really shared your heart out of your experiences. Look at Dr. Haridas. You've toured around the globe, learning different teaching cultures and their norms. That's really awesome. In fact, that's what I'm saying. Sharing is caring. Thank you all for being on board today to share your wonderful experiences about your achievement, about the way you'll be integrating edtech tools in and outside your classroom. Even during the pandemic, you really used the innovative ways to cultivate critical thinkings in your students. Of course, we all know that we are preparing them for the future ready jobs, and that is why we are here to incorporate the edutech tools that maximizes student learning outcome and even engages them as well. You have spoken so well. I wish that this talk show never ends because I've really learned a lot from my professors across the globe. That's really awesome. And for you squeezing your time to share your wonderful experiences and answer some most important question that been popped to you today is really awesome. You've been doing a great work in your communities, in your schools. Keep up the good work, okay? And we shall continue doing this. This is just the launch of the episode. I believe that we are going to maybe what we are doing it weekly. If you're free, you can join us.
yeah,
And we really want to know
sure.
more because even 1 hour, 2 hours wouldn't be enough for you to share your experience. Imagine 27 years, 2 hours, even 1 day would be enough for you to share all your wonderful experiences. Okay, thank you
Yeah.
so much. You've been doing a great job. We really appreciate you. You are powerful edu leaders. After that, of course, that's an award. Everybody coming on the show has already won awards. You've been recognized for the great effort you've already put in the education sector. See, what you're doing is not the time will come when your student is going to thank you for it, and keep up the good work. No matter what, we really need to a collaborative effort for us to actualize the United Nations Global Goal Agenda on 2030. We've already started doing that, but we need more. To whom much is expected, much is needed from the person. Thank you so much for making your student to be wonderful in their different fields, no matter the different field of study, of learning. You've been great and source of inspiration and the driving force for your student motivation. Keep up the good work. And today we are going to wrap up this episode. This is just episode 1. Next week is going to be episode 2, and we've already started. We are not going to stop because we really have a lot of educators out there that really want to share how they have been contributed to the education sector. That's what we are doing. We are bridging the gap of digital divide by integrating the 21st century learning skills. So we shall continue doing that. And thank you so much for time and for you being here. Okay, please thank you, all the wonderful panelists. You've spoken so well. It's never a dull moment. I'm so sorry, my network has been off and on, but it's okay. And next time is going to be more better and bigger. Thank you so much for being here, Pretty. All the panelists, we are so grateful. Hayat, oh my God, you wanted to be a teacher, and teaching has become your second calling. Wow! Thank you, Ambassador
Yeah, very,
Matthews,
very, very happy.
Paris,
Hello.
everyone. Thank you for being on board.
Big hugs, big
Rihanna,
hugs.
thank you for what you're doing in your community.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
you. See you.
Thank you. I think I'm
Thank
going
you,
to
everyone.
leave the
Thank
mic
you.
back to
Thank you so
Felix.
much. Thank you.
রায়না মিস নমস্কার, খুব
Felix,
ভালো
you
লাগলো।
can have the mic now. Yeah. Yeah, we love it too. Thank you so much for being on this show.
Bye. Bye.
Felix.
Yeah, so bye. Hello. I can hear you, Ambassador.
I think
Dr.
we're going to
Uselin.
carry it there now. Yeah, okay.
Yes, we can. So thank